Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today I'm going to be sharing lip swatches of my entire Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick collection. I have 13 shades, that's a lot of swatches, so let's get into it. Just for your reference, my MAC foundation shade is NC20, that way you can gauge how different these may look from my skin tone to yours. This is the shade Melancholia. It's a pale kind of bubblegum pink. I don't think it's particularly flattering on my skin tone, but it is a really beautiful shade. This one took 2 coats to be completely opaque, but it wasn't very streaky. This is the shade Lovesick. It's a medium mauve pink, and this applied really perfectly. I only had to do 1 coat for it to be opaque and not at all streaky. I think this is one of my favorites of my collection. Next we have one of Kat's most popular shades. This is the original Lolita. It's kind of a mauve-y brown, and it does look very deep on my skin, but if you have a darker skin tone, this could be a perfect nude for you. This applied really easily, 1 coat, no streaks. Absolutely a favorite for a reason. I love this shade. This is Lolita II. It's definitely not as deep as the original Lolita. It's more of a warm terracotta type shade. Usually I don't like any kind of orangey lipsticks on me, but this is the exception to that rule. This has just got that right balance of deepness, and it's not too orange, it's not too bright. It's just such a beautiful shade. Again, this one applied really easily, just needed 1 coat. Next we have the shade Plath. I believe that this was exclusive to the holiday mini set, but I'm not sure. I'll check on that for you. This is another surprise favorite for me. This is not usually the kind of shade I gravitate towards. This is kind of like a brownish red, and usually shades that are brown toned or really deep kind of scare me, and I was so wrong about this one. I love it. I love the way it looks. I've even worn this in the daytime. I don't think this has to be an evening shade. Love it. Now we have the shade Sangre. This is a tomatoey red, kind of orange based and very vibrant. I tend to prefer blue based reds, but if you're into orangey, bright reds, then this is a shade you're going to love. Again, no streaks with this one, applied perfectly, feels great on the lips. These lipsticks are just flawless. This is my favorite red from my Kat Von D collection. It's called Outlaw. It's just slightly deeper than Sangre and a little bit more blue based. So this ends up being just a very classic matte red lipstick. This is a super fun shade. It's called Backstage Bambi, and it's a really bright electric magenta pink. Neon shades do intimidate me a little bit, but because this one's so blue based, I do think that it still ends up being flattering. And another thing I like about this kind of shade is that it universally looks good on a lot of different skin tones. from really fair to really deep, I think that this is a shade that would work for everyone. This particular shade was a bit patchy when I first applied it, but after 2 coats, I do think it looks pretty good. We've made it to the 9th shade in my collection, and if you've ever shot a lip swatch video or taken lip swatch photos, you know this is the point where deep regret has set in. This is the shade Mother. I love this one, definitely one of my favorites. I know of all the beautiful, bright, colorful shades she has, this is maybe a boring choice, but it's just the perfect mid-tone, medium, rosy pink. It looks good with everything, day or night. I absolutely love this shade. Now we're moving on to the purple shades in my collection. I do have 4 purpley toned liquid lipsticks from Kat Von D. This is the lightest of the 4. It's called Suspiria. I do find this one to be pretty wearable, but I just don't like this shade on me in particular because I think that it makes my teeth look yellow. Now we have the shade Luv. This one is very similar to Suspiria, but I think this is a little bit more pinky and a little bit more kind of vibrant fuchsia tone to it. I really like this one. I think it applies a little bit smoother than the previous one, not quite as patchy. It's beautiful. Here's a sight you won't see very often. This is a deep royal purple. It's called Roxy. This shade is super cool. It's really fun, something different in my collection. However, even after 3 coats of this, it doesn't seem completely opaque. It's not as even as I would like it to be, especially with a color this deep. But it'd be great for creating an ombre lip or just putting a fun twist on your makeup. So this is Roxy. We made it to the 13th shade. I had my doubts there for a while. This is the shade Echo. It's a little bit of a purpley deep navy blue. If you're wanting to try a dark lipstick but you're just not ready to take the plunge into a black lipstick, this could be a really good option to kind of help you ease into a deeper lip. Again, this one took about 3 coats to be as opaque as I wanted it to be. While this may not be a go-to shade for me, I do like that there's such a variety in the Kat Von D line, and I think this is a standout among a lot of other lipstick lines. If you're looking for something a little different, cruising through Sephora, getting bored by all the nudes and the mauves, check out this shade called Echo from Kat Von D. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any suggestions on what shades I absolutely have to add to my collection, just let me know. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.